Again, in this video, we're going to take a look at the various features of the Google Keep standalone app. So we're not going to be looking at the actual access to Keep in the side panel, but now the actual Keep app that you would access by going to keep.google.com or clicking the icon in your waffle. So let's take a look at the very bare bones basics first. So when you come to the Google Keep website, the web app here, you'll see right here, take a note. You click there, and you're going to start a simple text note. That is your option. And click close, and then it appears right here. It's not pinned, so that's why it's not here at the top. So some other things that I can do here. If I don't want to do a simple text note, I have some other options right here. We have the checkboxes. So I click there, it starts a checkbox list. This is great for a to-do list. Okay, let's see, make copies. Let's see, brew coffee, call principal. So just some random things that I can think of that a teacher might want to do on a to-do list. And I click there, and I can access it here. And as I complete these, I can, without even opening, I can click there to check these off, and it crosses it off and it puts it there at the bottom. When I reopen it, it'll show here the completed ones that I've checked off already. And if I hover over and I hit the X, it will delete it completely. So if it's completely gone, or if I say, you know what, maybe I need to revisit this, I can uncheck it and put it back up here. So that's what a checkbox list looks like. So I'm going to show you another way that you can really get some good usage out of the checkbox list especially. So I'm going to start a new checkbox list. We're going to call this groceries. And what I can do, let's say I need milk, bread, potatoes, celery, and we'll say some random things you get at a supermarket. So I've created my grocery list here. So this is where you get a lot of bang for your buck here. So when I click on the reminders button here, you have a lot of options here. I can set certain preset times, or I can go pick a date and time. So if I know that, for example, on this, we'll say the 21st here, we'll say custom. I'm gonna go here, let's say at 6 p.m. is when I want to be reminded to go to the grocery store. I click save. At that time, if I have the Google Keep app on my phone, I'll get a notification with this list popping up, and I can go to the grocery store and I can check these things off on my phone while I go. So very useful for for your own personal use. And then you can also do the same thing with maybe you set it for 8 in the morning and you have a to-do list that you want to set for what you have to do when you get to work, when you actually arrive at school. So very, very useful way to use this. Now in addition, I'm going to go ahead and close that reminder down. Another thing I can do, if I go back here, instead of if I don't know what time I'm going to arrive, maybe at school or at a grocery store, I can go pick place where the location that I set here will then transfer to my phone, and when I actually get there, this note will pop up. So I can go pick place here. So let's say if I'm doing grocery shopping, and I'm going to go to this grocery store. Click close. If you notice right here, it has the little Google Maps pin there. And so when I arrive pretty much in the parking lot of that place, this note will pop up on my phone. So whatever I set here on my computer will then transfer to my phone, and vice versa as well. So very, very useful. So you can set this for groceries. You can set this as maybe your school's address. So when you arrive at school, here's the things that I have to do. There's a variety of ways in which you could really use the time or location-based reminders within Google Keep. So let's go ahead and take a look at this one right here. Another feature here we have, like anything in Google, you can share, you can collaborate. So this is the Add Collaborators button right here. And I'm going to go ahead and share this with my wife. And then she's going to get an email, and and then she will have this pop up in her Google Keep, and then she can we can create a group to-do list. Actually, in reality, we actually have a group grocery list where my wife, my stepson, and my daughters all have access to it, and they can add to the grocery list. And if they know that if it's not on the list, then they're not going to get it from the grocery store. So very useful there as far as collaboration here. Let's go back to this to-do list. I can also, if I click on this next button here, the background options here, and I can color code it. We have a variety of ways in which you can color code your notes here. So maybe I want to-do list to be a certain color. This is a great way to organize your notes. In addition, we can do a variety of other notes besides checkboxes and text. If I am to click on this one, I can do a drawing note. This is very good if you have a touchscreen device. And I have a lot of different pens that I can choose from, and thicknesses. I can do different colors, and you can get very creative with and you can set the background here. I can do square like a grid. If you have a touchscreen Chromebook, students can use this to graph things in a math class. You have the dot background, simple kind of like using binder paper, or you can keep it blank. So you have a variety of things that you can do. You can do a whole drawing note. When I click back, this drawing becomes a note, and it's right here. And I could actually, if I open it up here, I can give it a title, drawing note, and I can even add text as well. So you can be very, very creative with that. Another type that you can do is a picture note. So you can save pictures. So when I click that, it's going to open up my files, and I'm going to go ahead and find a picture here. Picture of my dream wine cellar, and it's going to save that picture to this note. It'll take a second there. So you can actually save picture notes as well. If you're using a mobile device, whether it's an iPad, an Android tablet, or an Android or iPhone mobile device, you can also take pictures with your device and then save them directly to Keep Notes as well. So I'm going to show you another one of the fancier features of this. So I'm going to do a quick here Google search for inspirational quotes, and we'll find a picture here. I'm going to save one of the pictures here. We'll choose this one here, and we'll go to Save Image As. We'll save this here on my desktop. And now I'm going to open up this this picture here in a Google Keep note here. So I'll click on the image button here. There's this picture. It's going to go ahead and load. And let's say, for example, I really like the text that's in this picture, but I don't want to have to take the time to type it out. So what I'm going to do here, I have the More Options button here. So this works when you have a picture of text saved on a Google Keep note. I click More Options, I hit Grab Image Text. If you have to wait a second for it to process. If you put the picture on there and you immediately go to More Options, the Grab Image Text option will be grayed out for a minute, so you have to wait a few seconds for it to process. Now it's processed. I can click Grab Image Text, and all the text from here is now editable. I can edit to my heart's content. Now another part of the More Options, let's say for any note, whether it has images or not, if I want to kind of jumpstart my writing process, and I want to take the text that I have or pictures from a Keep note, and I want to start writing, I click on the More Options, and I can go to Copy to Google Docs. And it's going to sit there and think for a second. And then I click Open Doc, and it's going to create a doc that has any picture or text that I had from Google Keep is now going to be here in Google Docs, and I can do some. Obviously, use Google Docs has a lot more text editing features that I can use to really dive into the writing process. One of the next things we're going to take a look here is, I'm going to close this one down, is we're going to take a look at how to kind of organize. If you notice here, I have these labels right here. So think of this as folders for your notes. So as you use Google Keep more often, you have many more notes. You can create labels here. So when I hover over it or I open it up itself, I can click on the more options, and I can go to add label, and I can check mark any label that I already have, or I can call this, it's a to-do list, and I create that, and it's going to add it to there. So instead of having to navigate through all my different lists here, I can come here, to-do list, there it is. It becomes a lot easier for me to find as I use Google Keep more and more.